Jitterbug. Jitterbug. You put the boom boom into my... Right, can't keep wearing this all day. And the reason I've got this out is because I've recently found it again. I forgot I had it. I've got a load of other hats actually. A couple of other things actually to mention before we kick off this is that mainly I've thought, oh, maybe what I should do is, because we're doing this whole videos, the whole what happened on that particular day. I think I'm doing that right. But where there's a particular ride, I'm going to obviously record the whole thing, but then isolate that ride and release that as a ride on its own and put that on YouTube. Leads nicely onto what we're doing today, is because today is the Jaws ride. I've not seen this. Now, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. I've probably showed it off at once or twice, maybe over that. But I reckon 20 years I've not seen this. So I've seen the ride. I know I've seen the ride. And as I say, going back all the way through these videos, I remember the thing. I don't remember me. I don't remember it through my eyes. It's weird. It's a weird one. What do the YouTubers say? Let's jump right into it. Something like that. At this point in time, I have more subscribers than I ever have, which is good, innit? That means it ain't going down. It's wonderful that people are getting to see this. Obviously, I think if I could earn money out of doing this, something that I love doing, then fine. But all I want to do is showcase what happened back then. So I'm not just talking to myself. I'm babbling. You want to see what's going on. I'm just trying to work out how the best way to set up the greatest theme park. Certainly, when I was growing up, this was the place. Disney's brilliant. Obviously, Disney's amazing. But as a movie lover, this was where my dreams came true. This and I was convinced I would end up working for Universal. Ironically, I actually am. I work now. My boss is now Comcast over here in the UK. Should we just get into it? Jeez, let's go. And here we go. Right. So we're taking photographs outside the thing. Now you will know. Look at that. Oh, I'm wearing jeans. Interestingly, that's the only day on this holiday that I wore anything other than shorts. And look at the bagginess as well. So 1990s, it's great. But 2 stories. There he is. Now, 3 stories. Universal Studios. That is now a whole... like, it's City Walk. That's now a massive lake river with the river taxis, and over this side is where the hotels are. Over that side is the theme park. That side is where City Walk is. That's all changed. So the big thing then was that there was a hurricane the day after we filmed this. So it was the first day the weather had just gone. It wasn't not hot. It was still really, really warm. But it was cool enough. There was a lovely breeze, like a warm breeze. So I was like, I've just bought these new Levi's Silver Tab, which were, I think they were just called Silver Tab or 510 or something like that. Or whatever they were, it's irrelevant. But that's what we, so that's what I wore. I was like, I can't wait to wear them. And looking back there, I was like, I made the right decision on that. Ghostbusters there. Ghostbusters obviously was I'm going to move this, one sec. Ghostbusters was a theatre thing. I seem to recall being on it, so hopefully it's on there. And then now this is really puzzling because I don't quite know where we are. Obviously Universal looks very different now, so I don't quite know whereabouts in the park we are. I do have one of those things for Universal. Let me just get it, one sec. Right, so here's this map of Universal, and what I think is that we walked in and we were heading that way. So somewhere around here was like a diner on the corner. If that's where this is, then that's where that is. And if you remember, like a Jurassic Park thing, Jurassic Park had come out like a few years before. A few years? No, the year before, sorry. 92. Is that right? 92 or 93? So right, this is that dino I was talking about. So what's the idea here? That they're like cars from films, or just scene setting? See, look, notice everybody is kind of like, this is it. Now then, well, let's just. If I'm gonna say, right. These dinosaur puppet things, everything that you see here was a prop in the movie. It actually had screen time, so this is fascinating already. So I was looking at this, and it says obviously do not touch. What am I going to do? Of course I'm touching something from one of the greatest movies ever made. I'm going to say the greatest movie. It's not Jaws is the greatest movie ever made, and I seem to recall that actually was breathing. But maybe I'm just getting that from my old head, my imagination head. And they everywhere you're going, they come at the music there. Jaws! The other thing was as well, very, very quickly, is that there was the Jeep. I touched that as well. Right, shall we just be silent?
As we visit the actual spots where back in 1974, that battle shark Jaws devoured those four.
This skipper. Sorry, I can't stop talking. This skipper, I think I went on this 3. I could have been on it 4 times. I'm not entirely sure. Well, I've got that book as well. I was just going to show it off. I've forgotten to bring it in. This was easily the best skipper. Maybe it's because it was my first time. You never forget your first time. But this skip was just the best. That was me there with the hat, by the way. So I remember one of the times I was sat right at the front, and you get lots of eye contact with the person as well. But even though that happened and it was brilliant, like on Kongfrontation that happened as well. But this was, fortunately, the best version that we went on, and the version that we ended up on camera for all to see. It is true, though, that you don't realise there's music playing as this is happening, because you're in the movie. But there's me pointing out, there's a shark there. No, it goes over to the other side. Oh, that's a shame that you didn't catch that. What am I doing with this hat on still? Going to the boathouse. And over on the side there, before you get into this, on the left-hand side of the door, which you don't see on the screen, is the orca. So my mum had taken photographs, and it was only on retrospect that's in. Oh right, that's where the orca is actually in this. It's not going into gear. I think this is one of the attacks. So that, I mean, that's blurry, but that's still good. That's still good. So the people who sit on the right-hand side, which is where I was, definitely got the best deal. But that is a little bit for the people who sat on the right side. Look at me! Look at me! And that heat as well, that heat is intense. Such a well thought out ride. Of course, this is now where Harry Potter is, and I think if you go around Universal, there are places that say this is where this particular scene happens. I'm pretty sure that happens. Or is there not happens. Like this, the camera's kind of like, where is it going to happen next? Because I don't want to miss anything. But it was all over this side, all over this side. So there he is. Here he is. Here it is. So this is the Jaws 2 bit. And look how close I was. I was actually... Right. Now, that I don't think that is a fault on the VHS. That's my mum. I don't think that was a fault of the VHS. I think that was just generally that the guy thought the ride had finished and then realised, oh no, it's not finished. So there we go, that was... Oh, this is Kong! Right, oh, I've got to be quick then. So, look, there's me. And this is weird because the camera's constantly in and out. So this guy, and I remember vividly, we went on this about 3 times as well. And he was absolutely brilliant. He was the best cast member. He was better than the skip on Jaws as a person, and he was just so it suited my humour so well, and I kept going back to try and get him on the ride, and he wasn't. But the final time I went on, and he wasn't actually, there's Kong. The final time we went on the ride, he was in the queue at the beginning, and he said, I remember you from, because this was like the next day, I remember you from yesterday. And I was so touched that he remembered that because it was just like, we were like, talking about eye contact, you know, it's kind of like we were there, we were kind of like, he was telling me the jokes, I'm telling you. Brilliant. And this is one of those things where, because it's in dark and you've got the guy filming, trying to work out where the thing is, it just has to go in focus, but sometimes you can't see it. And I know that issue. It happens on mobiles, but one of those big clunky cameras. Really good. I mean, this is absolutely superb. Even with the age of this, and through on a VHS, and this is actually a brilliant ride. Of course, this is where Mummy is now. And actually, I think people didn't want to like the fact that Mummy was there, or rather, no, didn't want to like Mummy. It's another really big model. Huge animatronics. This must have been the biggest at the time, right? Can we do some fact checking on that? All the time, if you listen to the guy speaking. And again, this is one of those occasions where I'll release the video of just a second. What was I saying? Oh my god. That was the photograph of the day. Of that ride, sorry. I've completely forgotten this. That's my sister. That was me, obviously, big to beginning. This is Keely, who we went with. Isn't that fantastic? This, you would go into there, you come off the ride, walk down some stairways, and there you would get your photograph taken, and it looks like an Instamatic camera, sort of Polaroid camera. Yes, look, you're shaking it. Wow, so that photograph must exist somewhere then. Ghostbusters. I mean, the clue was in what they shouted out. So I'm going to just listen into this, because I have literally no recollection of this. Don't remember being there. I mean, obviously we were, because this happened. So, don't remember being there, and don't remember this story. And also, whenever I see these, like, as a POV thing on YouTube, I've never watched one, so I might just watch this. Of course, I spoke all over the beginning, so sorry about that.
I heard that. You see? Nothing. Go home, folks.
So detailed. Wow! This actually existed? I have no idea. This was the bit I never really ever understood in Ghostbusters, the original one. That, because I think I was so much more interested in the fact that it was a funny film, rather than how the ghostly bit happened. So, can you see? Ah, right. I was just trying to say, can you see, like, there's frames, and I'm guessing they're glass panels, which is how they're able to do this ghost effect. They don't need to do that, really, surely. Could just actually have the ghost. Oh, mind you, that element of having it is see-through. Yeah, that's probably the only way it could happen. Mind you, I bet now you could have a massive, not necessarily glass, but plastic screen. What? That was a clown. Like the clown out of Harry Potter. And when I've seen that, you know, the clown that... I always thought, that image of a clown coming out of that seems so, like, embedded, and it's obviously that. So I can't hear the story. I'm sorry, it's probably because I'm not concentrating, but... very clever. Oh, that's happening. So how are they doing that then? Is this the first time, if we had watched this from the beginning, right at the very beginning, would we have seen these, do you think? Or is what we saw at the beginning, and it was just very late, just moments late? Oh, that's clever. It just vanishes. Still, nah, classic trick. It goes down the thing. There's that clown thing again that I was talking about. I assume they're going to leave Slimer alone. So what they're doing, they're shooting him. that'll learn him. Oh wow, hey, that's good. That's a real thing as well. So is that it? Is Zool dead then? Zool's been defeated. Oh! Is that actually there? Oh god, that's there. And this is, again, watching this in the UK, never understood Stay Puft at all. Never understood what on earth was going on. We didn't get stuff like this, so that's in our defence. Oh, that's a bit of a cop out. Just sinking down. I mean, I sort of wanted it to be splats of marshmallow. I know that obviously didn't happen. So that is it. Is that the show? That's the show.
Thank you for joining us in today's exciting Ghostbusters demonstration. It's fun, it's easy, it's the opportunity of a lifetime.
Oh, he did get Gotler. Oh, this, I sort of remember this bit because it did feel a little bit awkward. It's like every time they get rid of ghosts, they had to sing their theme tune. That'd be good, that, if everybody did that. If everybody, once you'd like bought something off somebody, or they'd solved the problem that they sang their own little theme tune. I quite like that idea. What products are there that could do that? Oh, every time you go to McDonald's and you have it, you have to sing. I'm loving it. No, actually, I wouldn't want to do that at all. So you can see that there's a difference in the sky as to all the other videos. It's like a cloud, right? Still hot though. I mean, I'm not trying to preach to the converted. You guys know Florida better than I. This was obviously Halloween. I think this was a couple of days before Halloween. And look, no Halloween Horror Nights here, at least here. No pumpkins on display. So this is like the view of the lake, and I think at the moment now they do, like, what is it, some sort of movies explosion extravaganza sort of thing. That's meant to be, you know what, I'm sure this pretty much exists right now, so let's just have a quick look. This is, yeah, that still exists, so that's number J. Number J. Lombard See-Through Grill. What's that? A plane? Is that an actual plane, or is it on, like, a track? I think that's actually real. Wow. I mean, maybe they just had an expert. So those two things there are Lombard Seafood Grill and the San Francisco Pastry Company. That sounds nice. Maybe they weren't back then though, right? Okay, 25, 26 years ago. So maybe they weren't. There's a boat. And just to the left of that, from where we're stood, is H. O'Shea Alcatraz. Yeah, I don't remember that being a thing. So yeah, that. Yeah, so across the other side of the street there, you should be seeing like San Francisco, and then Amity, right? That's where Amity is, or where the Jaws ride once was. That is a boat, isn't it? And it's. Is this a show? Is this a stunt show? I think this might be something like what they call a stunt show. Love those colours on the. Oh, that's spectacular. There we go. It is. It's so this is they're police chasing. And that's not police. I don't know who that man is, by the way. Very handsome. So they're just right. Something's happened for the cops to be chasing. Right. Good. Lots of explosions. Something's happened there. I feel like that boat there is got to be some sort of centerpiece near that float plane. Boat plane. Whoa, that was nice. Got a little fly in the house, unfortunately. Keep saying it in my eye. I really love that sky, and obviously that is complete coincidence to what's actually happening here, but I think it really suits this setting, this scene, this show. And the explosions, the backdrop for the explosions, very, very nice. Again, complete chance. Just thinking, whilst this is happening, the setup for what actually happened here. So we went to Universal, and at the time, most people were describing this as like a one-day park. We finished here. We were like, have to go back again, which is exactly what happened. We then, I think what you could do is you could get like, if you buy a ticket now for a day 2, it's like a discount price. So it's exactly what we did. And I personally could have gone back the next day and the next day and just, carry on just walking around this. Anyway, at the same time, we bought tickets to SeaWorld, and I think in anticipation that we would perhaps want to do SeaWorld for the second time, we did exactly the same. So my thought is, the next day is SeaWorld, and I'm wondering, because there's not much video left. Looking at this, maybe we do film the repeat visit. My thought would be that we wouldn't have done. Maybe because drop the camera, just leave it at home. Now we're talking. I hope they get to see me on it. If I remember, we went as a group. But that still exists, right? It's just in a I don't know if it's in a different place or they're built around it, but that still exists. Yeah, here we go. That's my sister. That's me. Another U2 t-shirt. Really like those trousers. Shorts that I was wearing. They were Michael Jordan shorts. I don't think they had a 23 on them. There we go. Look at that. Oh, used in the movie George the Revenge. Now I don't remember that, but I do remember it being a movie prop. That was actually George the Revenge. Anything that I knew was a prop, I would make absolutely every effort to reach over and touch it. I've just realised something. This is the next day. This is the next day. We're going to carry on rolling, okay, guys? This is the Universal days. 1 to 2, whatever it is. But this is the next day because, think about it, sky's different and I'm wearing different clothes, we all are. So, where's this? Is that that's on the lake, on the other side of the lake? So on that stunt show we'd have been on that side a bit further down. And that's Back to the Future ride in the background, look. Of course, oh no, that's not, sorry, that's back, yeah. There you go, that's Back to the Future ride in the background, that odd, lovely odd shape. That which is now The Simpsons, and when we go, I'm really not looking forward to go, I don't mind going on a ride, that's for sure, but for a place that took, that Back to the Future ride is something else, and it's, Back to the Future is so iconic. Like Jaws, but that Jaws argument has gone on. But how do you get rid of a ride like that? For me, The Simpsons is it's great. The Simpsons is iconic as well, but it's landmark. It's in television history. But I don't see how it fits in with the Universal thing. That it's I understand. Oh, I wish I'd have heard what he said. Anyway, I it's very hard to put into words the argument that you have with the Jaws and especially the E.T. is still there, which I don't. Again, that's fine. Leave it there. But why is that one there and not the other two? I've got a feeling that Spielberg has a hand in that decision. So this must be what, Blues Brothers? That's a shame. She had a brilliant voice.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Dr. Jake.
Thinking about going to America in my kilt.
In our ambulance. When we got this urgent call
Just let's say it.
our sick friend here and deliver him to the hospital. Yeah, Chicago hospital.
Actually, I need to buy a new kilt.
In Chicago.
Again, just let's say it. I've got a bunged up nose. Looking for some tissue roll. After this is finished, after Universal Day 2 is finished. Sorry. After Universal Day 2 is finished, I'm going to go and blow my nose, and then I want to go straight into recording the next one. So that then. More importantly, I think... What am I doing? You see, I feel like I have loosened up on this holiday. I still want airtime, clearly, but yeah, you see, I do like this. I mean, I appreciate it more now than I did back then, which I don't blame me for. But I could now watch that whole thing. But look at the weather. Weather's a very different day, right? Lots of sun. Notice that I'm being filmed there. Isn't it interesting how you can just remember what you're eating? Just then I knew that it was a bowl of flies. A bowl of flies, a bowl of fries. And again, I just put off by the fact that I knew I was being recorded and wanted to make it. I see. I'm an all right person. I didn't need to do all of this.
Oh no, they won't. I heard another saying on one of them rides we went on in Epcot. One of the futuristic ones, you know, where we went round. And they had saying to the little girl, can't you remember coming here before? And she says, no, she's the only thing I remember. And it was something that stuck out in my mind, but she didn't got that wrong.
I really like these little moments.
I
think these are important moments. More important than the look at what's being set up for your enjoyment.
And we're not too old to not enjoy things.
Oh no, I think it's perfect. In fact, well, they're in the 20s enjoying it, aren't they?
Again, I would love to. I wish I could just go back and not do it again. I don't wish that of me. With my sister.
Hey, listen, I was just... Uh-oh. Oh no, forget my appearance.
I recognise this. What's this? Frankenstein.
Great, tough crowd.
No, Beetlejuice. The Beetlejuice show or something? Tell you something about this. Whatever it was called, we'll find out in a minute.
So, okay, how about scream my name 3 times really loud, and I can have a little get up and get rock and roll, clap our hands, dance, what have you. Okay, hold on, let me shut the door here. All right, on the count of 3, scream my name 3 times really loud. 1, 2, 3. You clap for me at least. Don't want to make a monster makeover and eat your heart out, Mary Kay. How's everybody doing out there?
Mr. Beetlejuice,
Week what?
2 minutes until show.
All right, that's our stage manager talking about a deadhead. Anyway, you guys got to see. I have all the Universal Studios monsters right here on this very stage. That's right.
I'm sorry, I got entranced then, because I do remember this. 2 things about this. There were 2 celebrities in this audience. One was a woman, woman. I don't know. I forget what she is. You'll have to come back to me on that one. But the other one was a guy who is this going to go over people's heads. He was called Nick. He was from the programme called EastEnders. Now I don't watch EastEnders, but I did know this guy because he was called something like Dirty Nick or Nasty Nick. That was it because of the alliteration there. So anyway, he was in the audience and he was giving out. Afterwards, I think people clocked. Oh, it's him. It's him. He was doing photos and autographs at the time. So what was this? 1993. We've decided that it's that 1993, didn't we? So at the time, he would have been one of the biggest people on TV. So that was a bit of a coup. The other girl, I can't remember what she was in, and also I remember sort of what she looked like, but just describing what she looked like ain't gonna help you. Pretty, older than me, but pretty. What I mean is, I didn't have a chance with her. Actually, let me just explain. At this time, I was the week before we'd gone to Florida. I started dating a girl called Tamsin at school, and of course, it was one of those kind of like, oh, that's the Phantom of the Opera. Excellent. Yeah, so I started dating her, and then that's a good costume. It's proper Lon Chaney sort of costume. Went on this holiday, 3 weeks I think it was, and then came back. Oh, I've started seeing my old boyfriend Russ. I bought these two teddy bears for her, a Mickey and a Minnie. I was like, right, oh look at Dracula. Oh, now doesn't I'm just thinking, the werewolf is great, but it looks like a lot like Teen Wolf rather than just a werewolf. Anyway, and there's Frank. That's why I said Frankenstein. I knew it. You see. Right. What was I saying? Oh yes, I came back, and then I was like, oh, I've given you two teddies, and like, you're not even my girlfriend anymore. So, right. I saw this other girl, Claire. It's like, okay. We were sort of like an on-offy sort of thing for a long time anyway. I was like, do you want that Minnie Mouse thing? I was honest. It's like, it weren't initially for you, but do you want it? I don't know if Claire's still got it. Maybe she has. I don't know if Tamsin's still got the other one. But that's it. Stupidly, I was so much into me and the girls rather than just taking life as it came. And I wish I had. Maybe I'd remembered this. Maybe I'd remembered all of this. Maybe I'd remembered. I've got no regret. Got no regret over the past. No regret. Else I wouldn't be in this situation with an amazing fella. But I just wish I'd have been a bit more conscious about some of the stupid choices that I made. And now he even looks more like... Is he meant to be Teen Wolf, do you think? Oh, I see. I've missed some of what was going off, but it looks like they've been converted into like super cool versions of... Do you think that that's his actual hair? Oh, so we are cutting now. Again, I think this was more, let's just cut to... I'm not entirely sure this works. Is this the reason why they don't do it anymore? Why don't I think it works? I'm not entirely sure.
What lovely music they make. So how do you like my baby so far, huh?
Because I think they should be doing a show and not just like singing some songs. I think that's what it is. A comedy routine, few sketches. When it gets to the SeaWorld bit, that's essentially... I'm thinking... Maybe there was one ride at SeaWorld back then. Hear the 90s music, the dim dim dim. There was that man. Yeah, so look, this is what I'm thinking. Firstly, the man in the Phantom of the Opera guy there reminds me of Crichton from Red Dwarf. Teen Wolf looks like Teen Wolf and not like just a general werewolf man, wolf man. Dracula, I'm not into that hairdo at all. I'm not. Believe me, when it comes to hair, I should not be critical at all. Well, I just don't see that. I don't recall one time a Dracula would have had long hair. Maybe that's the whole point. It's kind of, oh no, we're cool. We've got, we're in a rock band. I've got to have long hair. It's not working for me, though, this. Beetlejuice on a keyboard, not seeing that. Frankenstein on guitar. I'd imagine that's not even plugged in. Why would he have been the one on guitar? Is that just because that's a cool thing? Like, oh, he would have been, we can't dance around, so he'd have been the one that...
Thanks a lot. Hey, don't get cross. And now, a melodical interlude from the Phantom of the Opera. Guys, just kidding. Here we go, baby. Took off my cape and I polished my mind. Go to the nightclub where the action is right. The ladies scream, the sun's free. Big balls of fire.
So there, you notice he just kind of like, he was quite cavalier about how he was using the keyboard there. It kind of spins out and stuff like that. These are the things where I don't want to put anything negative across, because I think that what they do day in, day out is astonishing, but I don't think that this idea works. And I think you're allowed to say that. There's nothing wrong with saying that. I mean, does this exist anymore? Does it exist in any respect? Like it's a different show or the different characters? I don't remember seeing anybody, but I do remember this location. It had like a... What's happened? Oh, okay. Well, so I thought I could see the time moving along and nothing on the screen. I was hoping that it hadn't broke. Okay. Yeah, I've looked back at videos. I can't see... I don't recall, I should say, seeing this. Maybe what I should be doing is typing in Beetlejuice show 1993 Universal Studios. Oh, have you seen the latest Jaws ride? No, sorry, forget that. Have you seen the latest Jurassic Park ride? But it's called Jurassic World ride now for Universal Hollywood. The advert, I don't know what the changes are yet, but the advert for the promo is one of the best marketing campaigns I've ever seen. All these people running away and you don't know what it is until the end. I guess you could guess. I think the other thing I'm not getting is the singing. Well, it's live, that's for sure. They should have done, they should have done? Like a Rocky Horror version. I'm not saying they use Rocky Horror as the thing, but like, do like a time warp and there's a light over the Frankenstein place. So I think that their main, that they've got people in who can do this job and can do this job well, but it's the idea. That's right. Sorry, I can't sit still today. That's what I'm having a problem with. I'm just reminding myself I need to pick up some green, like a green set of dungarees. Can you buy those? Can you buy some dungarees? Well, I was thinking earlier, this crowd aren't digging this, but look, they're now doing this, so maybe they did dig it in the end. It was very hard to, you know, it's a different time. This has not aged well.
Hold on to your hats, babies, because the juicer's gonna mess with your mind.
Now then, this is what they should have been doing. This is brilliant. Right, okay, they should have just done this. I think everybody would just gathered around. They should have done this like 30 times a day. Come on, get on the... Brilliant, you see what I mean? That little, rather than it just being about, oh, we can sing and dance in Monster, but do like some sort of... Oh, this should have kept going. Wouldn't it be great if kind of like Winona Ryder character came out and just that? There was a band in the 90s called Colour Me Bad, which this Dracula makes me think he was probably in before, after he did. Yeah, he did this and then he formed Colour Me Bad. Ooh, I wanna think you. What's happened? It's not the same place, is it? Oh, the animals, the movie animals. Right, now, I love animals, so I'll probably end up just watching this as it is. Just tell you what, animals are the best. Animals are the best. How long have we been recording? We've been recording for 51 minutes. Wow. I might actually have split this into two by now. See, this must, now thinking about it, what we must have done then was gone to Universal, realised we just couldn't possibly do everything in one day, and then we've got this discounted ticket for the following day, just gone straight back the next day. So my thought was that we would have gone to, alright, we'd have kept to the original plan of going to like SeaWorld or whatever. I do remember it wasn't every day. I got this terrible cold during the second week. Like, oh yeah, oh God, I've just remembered. So, it would have been about this time, this would have been in the second week. And by sort of the ending of the second week, it was that bad that it was how I did this cough. It was like hurting me to cough. I couldn't speak properly and bunged up all the time. So I'm constantly blowing my nose. And I bought some juicy fruit, and you couldn't buy juicy fruit. No, could you? I think you probably could, but I just bought like a load of it, like a big stack of juicy fruit. In my pocket, always had some in my pocket, and I'm constantly right. I like this. Anyway, so I was having my. This sounds a bit gross now thinking about it, but I had a tissue and a packet of juicy fruit in here. So I'd pick this out and blow my nose, and it would stink of juicy fruit. So that sounds a bit minging, to be honest. I can't. Maybe it was just the smell of my pockets. Yeah, that might have been it. It does sound a bit minging to have. Anyway, so the smell of juicy fruit made me feel awfully sick, like a psychological thing. Like if you've ever been drunk on cider, and then for years afterwards you don't want to touch cider, that sort of thing. I just didn't want to chew juicy fruit. I don't know if I have, actually, come to think of it. So what's happening here? Horses pretending to be dead. I love him. Absolutely love him.
No idea what he's doing. We're just gonna, okay. We're gonna have to try this again. We're gonna make sure he's got those cues. He's supposed to just pop up and run off. I'm sure we'll have
This is interesting. I can't quite hear what's going on, but is this part of the act, or?
Okay, she's got it. He's out of here.
No, I think this is part of the act. This is why. You see that? Yeah, look at this. See, not only is the animal trained to do... the skunk made it move. Brilliant. Yeah, not only is that horse, like, all the animals, trained to do that particular thing, roll over, bend down, whatever it is, but also play along with it. So they're told to roll over, but they don't. It's like, how do you know? Look at this guy.
That's scary. You know what? We're going to have you prove it. What we're going to do is bring that pony back out here. As he's running across the stage, she's going to hop on his back. Now, once he gets over to the sand pit, he goes and rolls over. We're going to have her crawl underneath. We're going to have the pony roll right on top of her body.
You can't see it, but I think the chimp's going, nah, that's not happening. I can't see.
Actually, Corey is going to perform a stunt for you, and it's going to begin by having her climb up this rope about 35
They must absolutely adore it. And it also, this now feels a little bit old to have, because I don't know, do the trust in that a human has made this rope to work. Like, there's no...
She's going to exchange ropes in the middle until she lands safely with the net over at the other side.
Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, are there any animal shows in Universal now? Like the animals or the birds or something like that, a bird show? I think there might be. Oh my word! Ah, yes. Oh. Yeah, it's fine. He's fine. Whatever his name is, Keith or Charles. Hey, little backflip. I want to learn how to do a backflip. Lassie. Oh, so that's what they're describing in there. I think Lassie just forgot where it was for a second. Bless. Beautiful doggy.
We have to train all our dogs these fundamental behaviors before they can learn anything more difficult. I want you to sit. Good, and lie down. All the way. Very nice. On your side. Get on your side, you little cheater. All the way over. Straighten up. And let me see your other side.
It's like my dog, Robin. You tell her to sit, but she doesn't actually put her bum on the floor. She just kind of like crouches to pretends to sit.
We're going to fix that wave. We want a little more than just your foot. I want to see a wave. There you go. Good girl.
Oh, yeah.
On your feet, stay. Back up. Back up. Back up. Stay. Very good. Go put your feet up and hide your eyes. Now
Oh, wait. That's what my Maple does. She kind of gets down and puts her thumb in the air. Is that like taking a bow? Was that Lassie's theme tune there? Supposedly, I don't know. Who's this guy? Benji. Now, there was a dog film or program or something called Benji. I bet that's what this is all about.
Now, this is very important that the dog is paying attention to his trainer because he's not watching her, he's only listening to verbal commands. Benji's on autopilot right now. We're just trying to slow him down and make sure he's paying attention.
Is Benji doing this on purpose? I can hear my mum laughing. My mum loves dogs. Well, we all do. Everybody does, I mean. Now, there's a few more memories coming back here. That the original Hard Rock Cafe at Universal was part of it. I didn't realise there was a kid in part of the act. There's a Hard Rock Cafe which was just a cafe, not the hotel. It was inside Universal. I'll tell you whereabouts, because somewhere near here, which is where the Psycho House was, round the back. And in Universal Hollywood, they have the backlot tour where Norman Bates would come out. Well, this was just you just looked at the top of the hill and there it was. So it was like, I guess, Hard Rock Cafe restaurant here thing. Walk a little bit up, top of the house there. Great ET ride somewhere here. So it's all of that little bit is connected, and I know full well that we were on the ET ride. Maybe that's next. Oh, again, all part of the act. It's great. Giving these animals, you just think, oh no, they've got it wrong, bless them. But then, no, that was part of it. Oh, was that part of it? Oh no, my mistake. That wasn't part of it. But it almost was, I mean.
You take this, go on. Go back there, finish doing what... Aaron, this is a family show here. Are your parents out there? Where's Aaron's parents? Who's... I really wouldn't be raising my hand if I were you, ma'am. We're just teasing to show there's no hard feelings. Jerry Lee, come on up here. Aaron, I want you to put your arms around him and give him a big hug goodbye. Nice big hug. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, one of his first shows. Let's hear it for Jerry Lee. Boy, we're having trouble everywhere. All right. You better get out of here. We're going to have to try this again. Oh, Aaron.
I do like this set. I do really like
He left a little something behind.
the background and stuff.
All right, now listen. Don't get
It's really clever. It looks really good, and it's also hiding the animals pretty well. So they're in their spots to do certain things, missing what's going on here.
You just turn your hand over just like that. Hold here. Keep your head up.
Is a bird meant to come down?
There you go. We're just going to give you a little scene. Hopefully he'll see it this time and land in the right spot. Folks, I could use some help. Everybody out there, whistle.
got something else to tell you.
Look at all those birds here. Uh-oh. Oh no, Aaron.
These were the birds that they used.
You better hold still.
Or maybe it wasn't all of them, or maybe they were trained by the same people. There was definitely, but it was at Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. That bit, that pigeon bit at the end, or well, in the middle as well. But those were the birds that they used to do that. I think I could have dreamt that. I'm pretty sure that's the case. That's a big dog, lovely. Oh, look at the birds. Just, yeah. There's another horse.
And you're looking good. Say something nice for everyone.
Don't be a hypocrite. You know I only talk to you with whimper because deep down I know you're a horse.
Oh, that dog's not really talking. Sorry. I said dog. That horse wasn't really talking. I thought they were actually, they've got it to go like, or whatever, on command. But no, it's lips moving.
Hey, I'd better get out of here. I'm playing poker with Wilbur in 15 minutes, and I'm drinking the dip.
Well, you heard it straight from the horse's mouth, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, that's Mr. Ed.
Mr. Ed, you see, old TV again, sort of lost on me. Know of the character, don't know anything about the character.
Here is Tess. She's brand new. What we're going to have her do is a couple of behaviors for you. Once she's done, you're going to get a chance to meet Ginny, who's our second.
Oh, this is a tiny orangutan.
Stand up nice and tall. Nice and tall. You are looking good. That's very pretty. Big wave hello for everybody out there. Nice big wave. Get that up there. Very good wave. Oh, that was wonderful, Tess. You are looking good. Stand up nice and tall. It's that big Hollywood smile. Show me you've been practicing. Show them out there. That's very
You
good.
can't see, I can't see, but I'm assuming they did one of this.
Very talented. She's been working on 3 impersonations. We'd like to show you a couple. We've got our first one. It's a tough one. Don King. All right, come on, work with me.
Don
here.
King.
Here comes another one. She's been working on this one for a long time. You're gonna love it. Hold it. Hold it right there. Mick Jagger. Very good. Hey, don't be shy. You were doing great. The show's been a lot of fun. We've been having a good time out here. It was boring. Young lady, it was not boring. It was, you thought it was boring. You really did. You thought it was boring out here. Okay, that's just enough. That's not nice. I'll tell you what, though. You've done a pretty good job. Give yourself a nice round of applause. There we go. Just a little bit more. Very nice. Nice. Come on, folks. She's looking in for applause. And that's Tess. You're a good girl.
Love it. I love it.
To Michael. And as I said, you're going to get to see Ginny, who's been doing our shows for about 4 years now. She's pretty good at this. As a matter of fact, she never gives us trouble. It's a breeze to work her. She's so good. Put your hands together one more time. You're going to recognize her possibly from the Beverly Hillbillies and her own commercial. This is Ginny. Hi
Did you say that? On the Beverly Hills? Is that right? Beverly?
Nice and tall. You can start off
Something or
with a
other?
big wave too.
So I'm guessing that all of these animals have been used in the movies. And that's
Give me that. There we go. Yeah, go ahead and laugh. There's just spots.
yeah, it's very clever.
Stop it.
I bet that really is as well.
Excuse me. Are you making fun of me? In front of everybody out here, you're making fun of me. You're having fun too, aren't you? Cut it out. She has
I would do that. It's kind of like when something goes well at work. It's,
Swing built especially for Ginny. It's one of her favorite toys. She climbs aboard and starts shifting her weight forward and backward, like a little kid on a playground. Like a hairy naked kid. We're shooting for a full 360 up and over, folks, but she needs your help. So I want you to
it's
start
like swinging like a naked, like a kid in the very naked kid. That's good. Look at this. It's gonna go upside down. Oh yeah!
Ladies and gentlemen, have a nice round of applause for Mike, Dawn, Ginny,
There we go. There's all the animals. Told you. So, right, Hard Rock. Now, I thought it was on one ground level, so I've obviously got that bit wrong. But I thought it was... No, I was right. Okay, so this is... So that must be the actual... Right, the cafe up there. Underneath, definitely, not got this wrong, merch. That is a shop. Or maybe that's the entrance. Whatever it was, it's there. Is this the same place? So I, in my head, thought it was there, but actually, that's where the one is that is now here, ish. That's where we're having his photographs taken outside, and I'm absolutely convinced that like all of this stuff here. So if we imagine that on day one we did like this, day two we did this. That feels now right. So I don't know what this is. Right, I know exactly what this is. This is SeaWorld. So, one sec. Pausing it there. That's the end of Universal Days. Those 2 days at Universal. And I don't know if we did the third day. I thought possibly we did, but I can't. I'm not. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why I'm stuttering with my words. The next bit is, as you can see, it's SeaWorld. So join me next time on Finding Florida 1993 or whatever I've called it. I can't remember what I've called it. It's been that long. It's again more memories. It's quite exhausting going back into your memories, but there they are. They're out there now. We're in the final furlong of the Florida holiday 1993. Right. Until next time. See you later. No. Until next time. That's it. Full stop. Right. Bye.